What is up, guys? Today we are bringing the Prelude back to life. We got her on the lift. It has been a hot minute since this thing has seen any love. It's been sitting with its motor kind of halfway torn apart for a while now. We've had all the parts laid out on this table ever since the last video. So to keep you guys updated with where we left off, we were waiting on main bearings for the Prelude to come in because we killed another oil pump last time we had this thing out at the track, and we pulled the main girdle down just to kind of check on all the main bearings, and we also pulled all of the rod caps to check on all of the rod bearings to make sure there was no damage done from the oil pump going out. And the bearings were looking pretty rough, but nothing too major, so we wanted to go ahead and replace all of the bearings. And we got the new rod bearings here very quickly. Those guys are right here, but the main bearings were on back order forever. We actually ended up finding a place locally that had some in stock, so we have some new main bearings in this box right here that we are going to be putting on. So we got the bearings back, so we're ready to get the bottom end assembled. And then we also got the upgraded ported billet geared oil pump right here, if you guys remember that. So hopefully that guy will hold up better than the stock used ones we've been throwing in there. And then another big thing we were missing was this ATI damper right here. We had got one sent to us in the past, but it was the race version, so it didn't have any of the ribbing on the side right here, but we need those ribs for the alternator belt since we still run the stock alternator. So we got that one swapped out. We have our new ATI damper. This will help with the harmonics in the engine, hopefully keep vibrations out of that oil pump and keep it happy and alive, on top of it being upgraded as well. And yeah, so now what we are getting ready to do is get everything cleaned off. There's still a whole bunch of oil everywhere. We did our best to kind of wipe this table down, but it's still an oily mess. Got to get everything brake cleaned off, get the girdle cleaned off. We got all these little plugs removed from the girdle. We're going to make sure there's no metal shavings or anything inside of here, because this is what sends oil through all of the bearings. We want to make sure there's nothing jammed up in there from the oil pump failure. And then we also have to drill holes onto our new rod bearings right here. So we have this jig. This is Brent's that we used last time. This is an old aluminum rod that he had that was bent. And what he did is he drilled the hole all the way through the bottom of the rod cap right there, because on these aluminum rods, they have this little pin. They have this little pin right here that keeps the bearing from spinning. So you can see this used bearing right here has the hole in the middle like that. That guy pushes in there, so then the bearing locks into place and it can't move anywhere. And then the new bearings obviously don't have that hole. So that's what this little jig is for. You put one bearing on this side, you put the other right there, you clamp it all together, and then you run a drill bit through this hole in the top. It'll make your hole in the bearing, and then you just clean off any burrs, and you only have to do that to 4 of them because the one on this side doesn't need the hole. And then that keeps that bearing nice and locked in place. And then all our bearings will be ready to go. Get her put back together. Yeah, that's the plan. It's been a while for today. Yeah. Yeah, we just hung the pan up on there to keep it, you know, stored, keep dirt, keep dirt and stuff from getting in there. So we're gonna lift this thing up here in a minute, pull the pan off, and just, like I said, go through it all, clean it up, and start reassembling the Prelude. We have everything finally to get her back up and going, and we got some goals with this car. We're trying to get it ready for a race soon. We actually got a new set of slicks on the way for it as well, because I cut up the slick pretty good on that side, and yeah, it should be sweet. So let's go ahead and get this thing back up and going again. All right, we're getting our rod bearings drilled out right now. He has it pressed into our little jig, and Tom has this little trick so we don't have to keep taking the rod apart with the 2 bolts. He just got it all set up here in the drill press. We're just pushing it down nice and tight. It's resting on this little piece of square tubing. We'll get our drill bit into the press and drill out that hole. And for those of you that don't know, Tom's the 8 series master. Goes way back. There's our hole.
You kind of can't mess it up, you know?
Tom has a system going. This is getting them done fast.
So we got all the girdle and all the parts so we can get them cleaned out. Tom's over here making them new again.
Clean it out.
It's gonna come off and jam my finger already.
Probably.
We got a pry bar right there. I'm gonna get behind it a little bit.
Get it? I'll do this. Come on, Garrett. Come on, baby.
There you go.
I told you.
Got your left arm.
It's all good. We
Got her.
We don't need this anymore, right?
Nope. So we just got the crank pulley pulled off, and before we pull off the old broken oil pump, we're gonna get all of the main caps and girdle bolted up, so then the crank is supported because if we pull off the oil pump right here, the only thing supporting the end of the crank is where it's bolted to the flywheel, and we don't want the crank to kind of sag out of this thing. So we're gonna get the main girdle bolted up with our brand new main bearings, and then we can start pulling the oil pump off and getting the new one put on there. But Tom has just been getting our new main bearings put into each one of these little guys right there. And then the ones that are up above the crank right now, we're just gonna push with a flathead around, and then we'll roll the brand new ones in. And then the main bearings will be ready to go. Looking fresh. Getting the thrust washers in.
Look.
Pretty ate up, huh?
Pretty fancy.
Yeah.
Shiny. Like a silver spoon.
In the long run, the Prelude definitely needs a refresh, motor pulled and gone through, but we're gonna give her one last hurrah here with some new bearings.
My pen. Gotta get my pen.
Tom's using a pen to tap them in. Oh!
Shoot, I mean.
Is that the last one?
Yeah.
Nice.
All the mains are in.
All the mains are done.
Mains and thrust.
Mains and thrust washers are in. Just gotta get the girdle put on, and it's ready to go with all its bearings as well. Then we can move on to getting that pump fixed. How many days have you owned this thing?
I don't know, a couple.
3? Not even 2 days,
Probably.
maybe?
I've been driving for 2 days.
And it's already getting a upgraded tune.
So Kevin, our buddy, the tuner, he said he can get into the computer. He's gonna, I guess he already worked on a map and everything because he already got into it. So we're gonna see what it does, what stock, I guess, because it's fully stock, and then he's gonna turn it up.
Supposed to leave it stock, dude.
I know.
He's saying
it's just
he
so
can get
slow.
330 horsepower out of her, he thinks.
Yeah, he's saying around 300, so we'll see. I don't know, man. He wants to play with it, so.
Second video with the STI, and it's already going on the dyno.
Video, we're like, oh, I'm just gonna keep it stock, and then the next
I
video.
mean, it's still stock. It's just getting a little
It is
tune.
stock. It just technically it's stock.
Oh, I
It's
guess
a little more boost.
we're taking a break from the Prelude, and Emilio's gonna pull the STI onto the all-wheel drive dyno and give her some sauce, turn her up a little bit.
Don't judge me, man.
It matches the dyno. They're both blue.
Don't judge me, man. It is just a little slow. See if we can get some.
I mean, I drove it earlier. It needs a little more.
I mean, it's all right,
It's not bad.
but it ain't where I want it to be right now.
So this is gonna be a baseline pull. Got Kevin inside, tuning on her. See how much she makes right where it was at. Dang, not much.
Oh man, that's rough.
What did it make?
Oh,
134 horsepower.
What? I told you it felt slow.
123.
The O2 sensor popped out right at the beginning of the
That's
pull.
134.
Jesus. I think Purple Rain's got more horsepower than that.
Hey, you know, things happen.
Okay, I'll check.
How's it only 134?
Very loaded. I gotta take the load way down.
Oh, the dyno was way loaded?
Way loaded.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we
Oh,
gotta
I might
try
have the
this one more
wrong
time.
have the wrong weight in there.
We gotta change some stuff real quick.
$147.
147, bro.
47?
There's
Something going
something's
on?
up with it.
Dude, it doesn't. Dude,
It doesn't feel like
I
that
drove
on the
it,
street.
I drove it and it doesn't feel that low though.
No.
It's still.
It feels
if it
better.
was really making 130 or 140, it would feel like a stock Civic.
Like Purple Rain.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not that slow.
Mm-hmm. For sale.
Maybe Emilio's not keeping it now.
He's messing messing with the load right now because it's putting way too much load on it. That's why the like horsepower numbers aren't right. So he's trying to see if he can figure that out. It's definitely making a lot more power than it was before.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah, he hit boost cut at like 20 pounds.
Dang. How long have you known Kevin?
15 years.
Dang.
Yeah, man.
He's your hired tuner now.
That's it. More tuners in the house.
Yeah, so if you guys see this guy hanging out around more,
Yep.
it's because he's been helping Brent out, knocking
That's
some
it.
more tunes out.
That's it.
They
We're
got
trying
2
to grow.
dynos, and
We're gonna grow, man. It's gonna be rad.
it's freeing up some more time for Brent.
That's it.
Kevin's just getting all the tunes knocked out.
It's rad, man.
Yeah, if you need a house, I'll sell you one.
he's getting his real estate license, so hit him up for a home.
Hit him up.
I would have hit him up before we got the new place, but I didn't meet him yet.
Don't worry, you won't have it long.
Free tune with every home.
Free tune with every home.
Throw it in.
Sounds like a great idea.
So we got this box from Drag Cartel, and they sent us some custom little face masks. So you want to grab that? Mila already has his on.
Yeah. Don't get too close.
Don't get too
You know, to help protect us
They're
from
tight, man.
everything going on.
You get one. You don't get one. You get one.
Yeah, shout out to Drag Cartel. These are pretty sweet.
You get one. You get one. But not you. And then also, if
They
you
sent
guys
us some koozies.
who wants a koozie?
Hey,
Need an access.
we're ready to go.
We're ready to go. Let's go. Right. Oh, there we go.
I'm saying, how far is the bank?
My name is Emilio.
Hey, what the hell? Don't use my. No, you can't call each other by our names.
Oh, sorry.
Come
I'm
on,
not very good at this.
Joe. Calm down, Joe.
Calm down. Oh, look at that.
A Mountain Dew. Where'd you get that?
Don't worry
The
about
Baja
that.
Blast.
Well, it's Baja Blast. Come on, no one can knock a Baja Blast.
Well, he can say
gotta
whatever.
try to
He
get
can
it.
say it's a Coke once he puts it in there.
I know this
I'll
is
help you
not
out.
working.
Get in there, man. These are actually
no
pretty
virus.
nice too. They're like
Yeah, they're good quality.
Actually,
good quality. And you can breathe pretty good.
Yeah. Thank you, Drag Cartel.
Yeah.
We got Kevin.
We're all right.
Kevin's up there looking like Gandalf.
Well, yeah.
Like Gandalf.
Mine is?
Yeah, your drag cartel is totally upside down.
Is it?
Oh yeah, you are. Is mine good?
I said that, yeah.
Yeah, yours good.
All right.
Okay.
Everyone's good. Emilio's is upside
Yeah,
down.
but why is the no wonder why it fit weird.
I fogged my glasses right now.
So we're getting the girdle tightened down right now. Got all of the rods put together with the rod caps and the rod bearings. Then we just got to torque this down. Then we'll be ready to move on to the pump. Getting the old oil pump off.
And another one.
Yep, I think that's the 4th one now, or 5th. I don't know. She's eating up a lot of them. There it is. Rest in peace.
Oh, look, some pieces.
Look at all the bits in there.
And already some came
Yeah,
out
look at that
already.
inside of there. It's all destroyed.
For sale.
Here you go, Tom.
We
$10.
eBay
You can have that one for the RSX.
it. We
Add
eBay
it to the 30 more you have.
eBay this one.
New pump ready to go.
It's already clocked.
Got the silicone on there. What, this part's clocked?
Yeah, don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Okay, don't touch. My bad. So they lost the keyway on the Prelude, but I just found it plugging the flashlight in. It's stuck to the magnet. There it is, dude.
Well, I guess it's safe. That's hilarious.
They were looking everywhere for that thing. Flashlight died. And, like, oh, what is? I went to go stick it right here to our little charging spot,
That's the thing. So
and I
this
was like,
on
wait,
the-
what is that?
This was on the table the whole time, so whenever someone scooped it up, it just.
Oh, found the keyway. So our light died, but we are just about ready to put the oil pan on. We got the oil pickup on, got our gasket going to the oil pump, and the pump is on and tightened down, all ready to go with our brand new oil pump. Got the windage tray on, everything is torqued down, the girdle, rod caps, all ready to go. We got silicone around there just for some extra sealant, even though it does have a gasket. Went ahead and siliconed it as well, just to keep her from leaking. So, yeah, ready to throw the oil pan on. And then we will be moving on after that to our ATI damper over here, because as you guys just saw, we found the keyway for it. We lost it, but it was stuck to the flashlight.
I don't know why we have it so short. Gonna have to lift up a little bit more.
You want me to go up a little more with the lift?
Yeah, that'd be nice. saved my back.
Ooh, I knew it.
Did it hit?
It's gonna be hard to get in.
No, that's how the other one was.
Yeah, it's barely any room.
Right there.
Yeah, we're good.
Once you get that thing on there, dude, that pulley is never coming off unless you pull it off with a puller.
Yeah, once these dampers go on, they don't like to come off.
So yeah, this next time we do this, we gotta pull the motor.
Yeah.
It's not gonna come off like
Yep. This is its last hurrah. That's it.
Is that 3 or 2?
Two. Maybe just give it a give it a blip of 3.
A little.
A little bzz. That thing's not coming off. I saw it suck all the way down.
Yeah.
Just a little blip. That's good. Dude. Yeah. That thing don't matter. Dude, that thing's not coming off.
It's good for life. Oh shoot, we forgot.
Shut up.
Just kidding. Take it back off.
All right, guys, we are getting close. Emilio actually just got out of here because it is getting super late and he does have a pretty far drive, but we're not stopping until we hear this thing run. Tom and Milo are hanging out until we hear this thing pop. So right now we're getting ready to put oil in it. We just got the timing belt stuff all done. We actually took the timing belt tensioner that we had off of the old Roudesy engine that was sitting over here because it had a way better tensioner setup on this. It had the KS Tune manual tensioner with a different setup that I just like way more, that you can manually tighten the belt with. So we swapped all that stuff over, got rid of the old system that they had going on. It had all these washers and stuff that I didn't really, like. I wanted to switch it over for a while. And since the minivan isn't using that 8 series anymore, we swapped all that over. Everything's good to go. We got the motor timed. Just adding the oil right now. We pulled all of the spark plugs out of this thing because we're just going to crank it over some just to kind of prime it up, make sure pressure is running through the engine. And then once we know we have oil pressure and everything's good, go ahead and crank this thing up and hear her run. It's been like almost 8 months, I think, since the Prelude has ran, so I'm excited to hear it again.
We're excited.
All right, she has oil. The jump box is hooked up. First time she's been powered up in quite some time. Oh, that sounds a little weak. Didn't let the jump box charge enough. Oh, it's going. It's going. The oil pressure gauge is up here. She's gonna need some more RPM to get that going though. That's how the van was at. We actually had to start it to see the gauge come up. So we just cranked it over a little bit and everything sounds good. Didn't see any oil pressure on the gauge, but it is turning over very slow. So we're just gonna go ahead and fire this thing up, put the spark plugs and everything back in. Just make sure that the oil pressure does come up once it starts running. Make sure we're good there and listen to this thing purr. It's been a minute, guys, but the Prelude's coming back to life. All right, the plugs are in. We are ready to hear this thing fire up. I'm gonna hop in here real quick. It's been a long time. Got the jump box powered up because the last one was a little dead. Got our pump, ignition, we should be good. We have oil pressure. Oil pressure came right up. Woo! She's alive. Hell yeah. Sitting outside, some rainwater got inside. Oil pressure's still good. Hell yeah. I had to see those flames, dude. Did you see how much water came out of it? Look at all the rusty water. Look at this orange stuff everywhere. Because it was getting rained on outside.
You're gonna have that dirt come over and clean it.
She's back though. It's had old gas sitting in it forever and she needs cleaned up.
I'll call Derek tomorrow.
Oh yeah, give her a little
A
detail.
little detail.
Oh yeah, guys. Prelude is back up and running. It's been a minute. She sounds good though. Has a little bit of a sputter to it, but
That could be the gas.
could be the bad gas, so.
The plugs are really nasty.
But once it revs up, it sounds good.
The
So
plugs are really black too, so.
yeah, we need to get a fresh set of plugs in there and stuff. Get the alternator belt on as well. Don't know where that went, so it's not charging. We just got it on the charger right now. But
He's ready.
there it is, boys. Prelude is back, up and going. I have a new set of slicks on the way for this thing as well because we cut this one up pretty bad. It rubbed on the fender, so it cut that guy pretty deep. And then we're having our buddy come out to roll the inside of the fender a little bit so that does not happen again. But yeah, it's almost midnight, so we're wrapping it up for right now. Huge thanks to Milo and Tom for helping get her back up and going. Todd's hanging out too. He's been working on the CRX back there in the corner. But I'm just excited she's finally back up and going again. So that's gonna.
Get that baby back in now.
Oh yeah, that's for another video, boys. But well, there's a little glimpse over there. You guys will see that later. Milo's been helping with some other things in the background. But yeah, it's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you later.